Моя игра.
На поле выходит сборная команда Чили. Let's give a warm welcome to the team Chile.
Встречаются в рамках тестового окна Rugby сборная России и команда Чили.
Добрый день всем любителям регби. Сегодня за этим уверенным интереснейшим матчем вместе с вами будут следить и комментировать для вас Антон Хализов и Юрий Платика. Давно мы в таком составе не комментировали. Очень приятно, что прервали эту сухую серию именно на матче России-Чили. Интереснейшая встреча, и Россия сегодня будет выступать в несколько экспериментальном составе. И чилийцы, судя по словам главного тренера Рикардо Кортеса, привезли сюда ряд молодых игроков, которых просматривают в преддверии летних отборочных матчей Кубку мира 23-го года против сборной США. Благо Чили до этого уже выбили Канаду, саму Канаду, которую тренирует Кингсли Джонс, экс-наставник сборной России. Поэтому чилийцы — это явно не мальчик для битья для сборной команды России.
Ну и что ж, команды появляются на ваших экранах из-под трибунного помещения. Сейчас они выстроятся напротив своих национальных флагов. Мы послушаем гимны. Ну а пока состав Чили: Хавьер Карраско, Томас Дюсале, Матиас Дитус. Первая линия: Аугусто Церементо, Хавьер Эйсман. Вторая: шестой капитан команды Мартин Сигрен. Седьмой Томас Арчар и восьмой Римундо Мартинес. 9-10 Николас Эррерас, Родриго Фернандес. 11 Иньяки Аярса. 12 Матиас Гарифулик. 13 Доминго Саведра. 14 Николас Гарифулик и Сантьяго Видела, фулбэк.
Ну и состав сборной России уже после национальных гимнов.
Отзвучал национальный гимн Чили.
Государственный гимн Российской Федерации.
И сейчас будет гимн России.
Гимн Российской Федерации вы только что слышали, ну а сейчас давайте к составу сборной команды России. Это на ваших экранах судейская бригада. Ее обязательно мы...
Hello and welcome wherever you are joining us for this historic game in Sochi, here in Russia. Rotation from Lynn Jones in this Russian side, part one of a two-game series against Chile. 7 changes, a whole new front row. Ilin joined Silenko in the second row. 5 personnel changes and 1 positional change from the first ever win over Canada for Chile. Liante comes into the front row with Samariento coming in at 4. Orchard is promoted from the bench, and Herreros starts at scrum half, partnering Rodrigo Fernandez, of course, the man who was an absolute hero in that victory over Canada. As I say, a historic day here at the Youth Sports Stadium. My name is Johnny Hammond and I will be guiding you through the next 80 minutes of rugby. And these teams coming into this game in very, very different forms. Russia slipping down to 4th in the Rugby Europe Championship. Got to be in that top 2, of course, to have any chance of qualifying for the next World Cup. But Chile, of course, are still in the hunt. Will play the USA in a double-headed qualification tournament to be an America's qualifier. Those games will happen in July next year for that America's 2 spot. Uruguay, having beaten USA to qualify, is America's 1 for the very first time. Your referee is Chris Busby from Ireland. And we are underway. Chile in their change strip of the white. Russia in the red. Back in their own 22 to start this game. Immediately in the hands of Ramil Geisen. Very experienced campaigner. The Russian number 10. 60 caps to his name. Over 200 points for his country. There's good continuity from Chile using their forwards. Herreros, Nicolas Herreros at scrum half. Unusual kick from Chile. Potikarnov on that left wing. Uzunov at 9, winning cap 23 today off the back of a thumping loss to Spain. Russia. Uzunov did score that day. There he is, the scrum half with the box kick. A knock on from Chilean advantage in that kicking game to Russia. As I say, they lost to Spain.
Это первый такой хороший сигнал. Сейчас мы посмотрим и первую схватку. Собственно, у России
last week
опять же экспериментальном составе. Дмитрий Пархоменко дебютирует, насколько я понимаю,
away down in Spain. 49-12
впервые, да, выходит.
was the score.
Более опытный Евгений Мишечкин и Владимир Подрезов. Опять же, хорошая новость для сборной России пришла.
Morozov, early red card in that game. Cleared by Rugby Europe this week, though. Saying it should have been only a yellow card. And he's on the bench today, the prop wearing 17. Koronotski, the centre. Geisen, a wide pass to Kozanov. Uses the boot, ineffectual that time, straight off the side of the boot into touch, and we will have the line out in line with where the winger kicked the ball. Right idea, see what he was trying to do. And Russia will use Kolonotski, man who was at the World Cup. First try in that opening game against the host Japan. 4th minute. Already 3 minutes here played in Sochi. Of course, the venue for the 2014 Winter Olympics, Sochi, on the banks of the Black Sea. Herreras plays for the Burgos club in France. Here's the scrum half again. No advantage played by referee Busby. Interesting, he took charge of Chile's loss to Canada in October. Last minute loss, wasn't it? 22-21 in Langford in early October, but then of course beat them on home soil a week later. Their first ever win against Canada. And Canada will not be at the World Cup in 2023 in France for the first ever time, thanks to this team. And this man, 23 points that day out of the 33. A try, 18 points to the boot. Faultless from the tee, 7 from 7. And Videla and Fernandez, the 10 and 15, willing to change that dual playmaker role that they have. Fernandez, often seen him in the 15 shirt, but at 10 today, scored a try and assist. The assist for Videla. So first opportunity for points then for Chile, and in this game. Videla just about has the legs, and it's over. First blood to Chile. Videla. 7 from 7 from Canada against Canada. 1 from so far against Russia.
Ну и первый удар с центра поля для Рамиля Гайсина, который тоже был под вопросом, было его участие в этой встрече, но он
Going again.
сумел восстановиться от небольшого повреждения на поле. Так, мяч вылетает в аут, там его вылавливает Виталий Живаго.
Interesting, Lynn Jones over this course of games
И снова команда возвращается к центру поля, и снова мяч будет у сборной России.
in the Rugby Europe Championship, 4th in that table on 9 points. Georgia have sealed up that competition yet again, so dominant in that second tier of European competition. Then Romania and Portugal on 14 points. And could slip even to 5th if Spain managed to beat the Netherlands next month. Chip through. Koloniski takes it high. Gaisin back inside to some of the heavy forwards. Uzunov. Here is he nipping around the fringes, the scrum half. It's gone loose now though from Russia. Is that knocked on by Chile? Double knock on. First one's to the Russians. You see Ramel Gaisin, his array of kicks from hand, absolutely superb. He was a master puppeteer a few weeks back against the Netherlands. In Amsterdam, seemed to have the ball on a string that day in that 35-8 victory over Zane Gardner's men. Chile will have to be careful of that. Gaisin able to play on the hoof, to play what's in front of him, different from Canada, far more structured side that Canada were, but Chile got their tails up here. Solid enough scrum. Referee's not happy though. Just wants to reset on the 22-metre line there. Whole new front row for Russia. In fact, 4 of the front 5 new for this game. Misheshkin at loose head. Podrizov on the tight head. And Parker Manenko winning his second cap in the middle of that front row. Alexander Ilin comes in to partner Selenko in that second row. Ilin winning cap 17 today. Anton Suchev is on the open side, and
В любом случае для ребят, конечно, испытания.
Vavilin, Nikita Vavilin at 8. Shiratov, the captain, on the blind side. You're all up to date with the Russian pack. Superb nudge. Straight down that touchline. Golov could do absolutely nothing about that kick. Absolutely pinpoint accurate. Golov coming in for the injured Davidov in the Russian 15 shirt.
Как можно скорее, ну а пока следим за коридором чилийцев. Томас Дюссален.
Good set piece ball from Chile. Solid at the scrum to set up this position. Solid at the line out. And they've gone crossing a man in front of the ball carrier. Just can't do it. It's not allowing a fair contest, and that's what the referee Chris Busby has said. See here. Brazilian, the hooker going into a man in front of him. That's what the lawmakers of World Rugby try to do, create a fair contest in every facet of the game.
Денис Барабанцев 21, 22 Павел Кириллов и 23 Глеб Фарков, а теперь уже мы нарушаем правила.
Same offense for Russia.
Да, вне игры фиксируют рано присоединились к молу игроки из линии. Еще не закончился коридор, и поэтому арбитр назначил штрафной. Сейчас поторопились ребята.
Обидно, глупое такое нарушение на самом деле.
Вот такое, да, совсем не
Russia, their own worst enemies here.
Приводит к еще одному возможному удару по воротам.
И сейчас у нас Басби будет живато разговаривать, ну буквально пару слов перекинули.
Пояснил, наверное, что не было команды о том, что можно подходить, и за это наказана сборная России. Да, такое досадно необязательное нарушение совсем.
And Videla, Santiago Videla will step up here, why not? I'll say kicks in a row. The referee wants a word here with the Russian pack just to explain. In fact, the T is going back off with the water carrier. Much famed water carriers nowadays, aren't they? Instead going to that corner. Videla had a long look at it, didn't he? On the wrong side, as it were, for a right footer. It's a very gettable kick. Just got to take the feel of how you are on the field. Sigrid Martin Sigrid, the captain, saying let's go to the corner, let's back ourselves. Not the deepest of kicks here. They've got some work to do from this driving line out. Need to be squeaky clean as well. The referee very hot at line out time. Back-to-back penalties. First part is done well, but then the ball comes loose. It's gone backwards, says the referee. They'll have to tidy things up here. The Chile have knocked that one on. Just not looking after the ball. It's good work from Podrizov. The tight head came right round, knocking that ball on. Infringement at the scrum. Chile free kick. They say, well, let's just have a scrum, but this time we'll have the put in. Ditus. There very quickly, the Chilean tight head. Try score against Canada. What a famous victory that was for Chile. 26 in the world, the Condors, to Russia's 21st.
видим пока что чилийцы довольно-таки неплохо выглядят. Схватка
Referee happy just to
сейчас,
reset.
просит команда еще раз разыграть стандартное положение. Хорошая теплая погода сейчас в Сочи. Для игроков вообще идеальная. Для тех, кто на трибунах сидит. К сожалению, матч без зрителей, скажем, для тех, кто наблюдает с бровки. Для нас немножко так проходит,
So we will
конечно, но в целом,
reset.
расскажу, именно для игроков погода идеальная. В Сочи нет дождя, и что очень и очень важно. Смотрим за схваткой. Вторая возможность эту схватку разыграть у команд.
Favilin at 8 for Russia. Big part of what they do will be on defensive duties here. Slid in by Herreras into that midfield. Karafuluk. Now the forwards come. Nice quick ball for Herreras again. Pulls that one back. Well read by Russia's defensive line. Ayaza on that left wing. In goes Seriento. They just can't take it. They'll have to go back. Thomas Orchard gets that offload away, and it's a brilliant one as well. Martinez just couldn't get that ball away because there was some space there. Herreras puts boot to ball. Pops it down that tram line. It just goes out to touch though. There was some space there on that left-hand side for Chile. Pull back. The Russia's defence so far up to the task. Just 3-0 that penalty from Chile's fullback. Santiago Videla. Well, due to play Colombia was but due to COVID case in Colombia, Chile progressed. Two went through that original World Cup qualifying pool with Brazil and Paraguay. Plenty of numbers on this right-hand side. Herreras digs it out. Fernandez. Back inside. Zavedera. Herreras. All Chile in this opening quarter of this game. They've been camped out in Russia's half virtually for the entire game. Thus far, Herreras. Ditus uses his considerable weight. Fernandez, it's wider, back inside, they're in touch. Karafuluk on that right wing. He used to play in the back row, but switched earlier in the year. He and his brother in the side. One on the right wing, one in the centres. Alongside the twins, the Saavedra twins. One on the bench. And what an outside centre, the man who went out to touch Chile, trying to keep this pace high. It's a good tactic. Russia known for physical, combative side that they are. Chile trying to keep this pace nice and high. The tempo swift. Herreras again is heavily involved, isn't he, the scrum half? Loose pass that time. And Russia have some very rare possession. Geisen. Lovely little flick on. Golonovsky. And Russia are in at the corner. From absolutely nowhere. Totally and utterly against the run of play. Mistake by Chile. Russia onto it so quickly. Ramel Geisen identified the space. Golosnitsky gave the pass, didn't he, Elen? Made himself available. It's a brilliant pass from Potikanov. Kolosnitsky,
Разыграли эту комбинацию.
5-3.
7th try for his country on his 24th cap, and Russia,
Повалить на газон, но он
surprise to all, are right back in this game.
в руки 5-3, и Рамиль будет бить тяжелую реализацию. Вот, пожалуйста, автор попытки был только что на ваших экранах. Для
Очень важное результативное действие как раз на экваторе тайма, когда долго-долго защищали. Сейчас, вот, мне кажется, с психологической точки зрения...
Conversion out wide for
Посмотрим.
Guyson.
забивает
Great strike. Great strike.
ворота. 7-3 очень хорошо. Для Рамиля это 210 очко за сборную команду.
We said it was a historic day.
У нас совершил 7-ю
Russia hosting Chile for the very first time.
и поздравляем. Итак,
But that man, that's 7 in a row now against Chile, played in the one and only game between these countries.
наблюдали в первом тайме, они прошли на половине поля сборной России. Ну и вот Гайсин укладывает мяч, еще раз повтор. И 7
That was in Hong Kong, 42-11 that day, in the Hong Kong Cup of Nations. And on that day, that man, remember Guyson, got all 6 conversions. Well, there's another one to add to his list against Chile. 7 from 7 from the tee. 2 kickers in great form then for both these sides. Nice exit as well from Russia. You want to, when you've scored any sort of points, not hang around in your own half. That would be the message from most coaches. And they've cleared nicely there. And they just get the sense they've taken the wind out of Chile's sails here.
когда он мог посмотреть, хорошо ударить, потому что все удары, которые были до этого, ему приходилось из тяжелой ситуации выполнять. Сейчас у него было время посмотреть, он нанес очень хорошую игру.
New hooker.
Сразу отыграл значительную
Thomas
часть территории. Еще один бокс
Tesliant.
у нас выполняют чилийцы. Данил Птиханов ловит.
He's trying to put that pressure back onto Russia in terms of territory. Referee happy to let that one go. He's so powerful, isn't he?
Андрей, ногой! Здорово перебрасывает фулбека сборной Чили. Ускоряется Андрей, но там первый будет чилиец. Будет и Карзанов.
Идея.
Останавливает его здорово.
And Fernandez
Прекрасно, смотрите, встает еще.
trying to get their side out of trouble here. Martinez has to go back, the number 8. Try and salvage the situation. And in the end, they have some control. But it was panic stations for a moment for Chile.
Очень здорово. Наши ребята сыграли. Показывают повтор. Но вот сейчас мы видим, как блокирует.
Кто с мячом первый? Ай-яй-яй-яй-яй-яй-яй-яй.
Алексей Голов был близок к своей первой попытке.
Utter confusion behind that goal line
Заблокировав удар, не смог.
for Chile.
У него вылетел.
Golov thought he might have got a hand in.
Давайте смотрим повтор.
It was
Вот, пожалуйста.
charged down.
Действует. И вот
Now to
Бакин
continue.
теперь
Golov
не получилось у него мяч обработать, к сожалению. И сейчас
just took too much time.
выполняет удар с линии.
Did Fernandez with a kick, low kick as well.
Очень жалко. Очень жалко.
We have a
Был золотой момент.
goal line dropout
Второй пас.
for the first time in this game.
Здорово запрессовали. Вот нужно поймать дальше этот темп и его уже не отпускать. Недалекий удар.
This game has completely and utterly switched to the way of Russia. All the territory now, all the possession. Uzunov,
Получилось пройти
that time doesn't decide to pass but go himself the scrum half. He's short, stocky, powerful 9.
Чилиец успевает откатиться. Это второй номер. Дюсален был.
Turned it over though, and here come Chile.
Старались сыграть, и Владимир Подрезов этот пас не поймал. Сейчас
Severiana.
Рамиль.
Score of Chile's only ever try against Russia.
Высоко, мне
Да,
кажется,
мне тоже
Рамиль.
показалось.
The outside centre.
Захватывающий чилийц прям за голову Рамиль схватил. Это Ильин.
Back in that game in 2017. Got a couple against Canada as well in the 22-21 loss
Ему заслон на
in Langford. Guyson
будет отправлять мяч на чужую
to steady the ship again. There's plenty of space there, but Videla has covered that space very well indeed. And then decides to set off, and it comes loose in the contact.
В захвате. Я не увидел, кто там был на дальней бровке. Наверное, Потиханов.
Сейчас
Давайте
повтор посмотрим.
повтор.
Да. Семяков.
Нет,
Это
Семяков.
Семяков вместе с Потихановым.
Severiana actually was
Шлема, которых отличает.
lost the ball in contact. We will take the line out. The ball went
Постоянно в этом шлеме.
out of play.
У него, кстати, младший
in that tackle.
Регби выступает за Енисей, тоже, по-моему, в таком же оранжевом шлеме играет. Итак, Дмитрий Пархоменко сейчас будет вбрасывать коридор. Чилийцы, по сути-то, и не прыгали, но мяч мы потеряли. Да.
Полетел вперед. Первый неудачный отыгрыш коридора. Ну, старались на третью позицию сыграть для того, чтобы сразу развернуть атаку.
It's frustrating for Russia.
Не получилось. Схватка для сборной Чили, которая нужно отдать чилийцам. Работает довольно.
Parkamayanko,
И опять же, давайте будем делать
only his
поправку на то, что Россия
second test match for Russia.
сегодня также представлена.
Сегодня вообще большой очень день тест-матчей. Помимо нашей встречи еще ряд игр пройдет. Параллельно у нас, например, играют Зимбабве и Намибия. Там 0-0 на 20-й минуте. До этого Бразилия играла с Кенией. Бразилия дома устроила.
Got to get those details right. Got to get the set piece right at international level.
Сегодня Новая Зеландия, Франция. И Фиджи с Грузией играет.
Now full
Англия
free kick.
Нет, с Австралией играет Уэльс, а Англия играет с Южной Африкой.
Да, поэтому сегодня, я думаю, от экранов просто настоящие болельщики регби.
For Chile, then yet again they decide to go for the scrum from the free kick.
Свободный, и чилийцы выбирают повтор схватки.
Да, вряд ли бы они со штрафного выбрали здесь вот в центре поля схватки, поэтому, да, свободный, упустил этот момент, и сейчас еще раз схватка.
Посмотрим, есть время сейчас чуть-чуть отдышаться у команд. 24 минуты сыграно, практически 25. И чилийцы с мячом. Я отмечу, что чилийцы действительно показывают очень неплохой прогресс в последние годы. И постепенно становятся второй командой, второго эшелона, если можно так сказать, Латинской Америки. Ну а сейчас мы видим,
Now the back line getting involved.
нарушают правила в схватке, перетолкали схватку игроки сборной.
Yaza comes in off his wing.
И это уже такой тревожный
Да,
звоночек.
неприятный момент, потому что назначаемые схватки, как все прекрасно любители регби знают, это такой основополагающий момент в регби, важный очень. И сейчас мы видим, что наши схватки переталкивают уже не первый раз, что очень и очень неприятно.
Первый штрафной, давление внутрь там зафиксировал арбитр. Должны давить прямо обе команды. Но вот когда одна а чилийцы в аута не выбивают, и Данил Патиханов этот мяч отловил и начинает движение вперед. Ну вот сейчас такое
Russia again find themselves just outside their 22.
у которых, кстати, прозвище Лос Кондорос, то есть кондоры они, если...
We're looking to play with some width here.
Снова на Карзанова, очень хорошо они вдвоем работают. Андрей пытается на финтах здесь обойти, степ, мяч мы сохраняем.
Узунов
Что это было от Константина?
gets that ball away, but scrappily. And Russia again putting themselves under some pressure here. Chile have got some defensive work to do as they slide across that drift defense, working well for Chile.
Через первую линию подрезав. С ним Селенко хорошо зачистил Герман. Тут и Пархоменко.
Advantage being played to Lin Jones' side.
И штрафной.
Да, ну зажало здесь чилийцы практически двумя нашими.
Not rolling away in the tackle, Chile. And Uzunov has that ball in his hand. No doubt will pass to his halfback partner, Mr. Gaisin.
Мне кажется, нет. Мне кажется, это первый. Мне кажется, это первый.
Первый, причем уже тайм-то за экватор перевалил. Вот смотрим за действиями Карзанова, его захватили.
Different tactic from Russia. They're running
И дальше вот этот пас, который, к нашему счастью,
out of their half, not using that cultured boot from Gaisin.
22 метров сборная Чили, примерно метров, наверное, 12-15 до зачетного поля. И сейчас самое главное,
Iniesi.
этот коридор, надежно вбросить мяч. Может быть, не
Emil
стоит
Gaisin,
рисковать, но
6 Russian
нет,
championships and 5 cup
давление
titles, so
идет давление молом.
knows how to win the big games.
Чилийцы
Certainly at club level anyway.
немножко продвижение сборной
Need this performance today, Russia,
бы не потерять в этой ситуации. Вот что хотелось бы
over
сделать.
these 2 weeks.
Хранил его дальше.
Pull back, Gaisin, huge pass! Out in that corner again for Russia, but the referee has called us all back.
Крис Басби, когда мяч уже только опускался в руки Карзанову, посмотрел я взглядом, окинул главного арбитра, и он показал, что это был пас вперед. К сожалению, так-то Рамиль все правильно, конечно, делал. Хороший длинный пас на край Андрею, но чуть-чуть с нарушением правил.
Давайте повтор посмотрим. Здесь
Мяч, да, просто, мне кажется, ветром чуть-чуть сдуло вперед, поэтому здесь арбитр, потому что мы мячом чаще владеем, мы атакуем больше.
And again, it's that combination, isn't it, between Geisin and Kolosnitsky at 10 and 12 for Russia, causing some problems for Chile. That pass forward. Scrum is crabbing all the way around, so we'll come back.
Интересно, последуют ли замены в перерыве от Лина Джонса, будет ли он менять первую линию, потому что все-таки была...
The referee wanting a word with both sets of forwards here. Has been some front rows won't see it like this, but some time wasted for the general viewer of rugby at scrum time in this game so far. 7-3 to Russia. Kolosnitsky, one of those who started back in 2017 in the only previous meeting between these two nations. Front rows have gone down. Referee will play on if it's safe to do so, and he feels it is. Chile trying to do a Russia and play their way out of touch. Vedra bundled into touch. Kolosnitsky there again for Russia is so important for him. We were playing advantage. Oh, the scrum penalty. Chile going to that option, aren't they? They've had a free kick or two. They've opted for the scrum. They obviously feel there's an advantage there. Another low slung kick from Chile. Fernandez. Russia will put people along the touchline the next time that they go for a touch finder. But it's got there safely in the end. 10 minutes to go in this first half here in Sochi. First of two games between the emerging Chile and Russia, looking to just stabilise themselves really in their place in world rugby.
Да, сейчас блокировку показывает арбитр. Все, нет, здесь никаких опасных действий не было. Самое главное, да, вот оба боролись за мяч, оба прыгали, но...
Karafulik challenging for that high ball. Just took a knock. Plays for Selknam Club in Chile. A big framed man, isn't he? Just caught the elbow there. Former back row, as we've already said now, plying his trade out wide. Plenty of work to do for this Russian pack. Maybe ahead on the scoreboard, but in terms of the run of the game and territory and possession, it has certainly been Chile's game so far. Fernandez again, that's a better sounding strike on that ball. Again, some work to do from this driving line out. What will be the tactic here from Chile? Justeliat. Referee's blown again. Referee's talking to Russia about the scrum half joining the line out. Zheshkin very sensibly, the loose head right at the front of that line out, just comes out to be the scrum half. Got to have a scrum half in there. Already had a penalty against them for it. Real dogfight for the ball on the ground there. Chile still with possession though. Russia know how important these minutes are. Not long before half time. Ditus again used as a runner. Fernandez, he's wonderful with ball in hand. Matador-like, isn't he? Holding that ball in two hands. Russia would have seen the clips, will have done their analysis. Rory Teague and Lynn Jones. Herreras. Strong defensive work from Russia. Very much stopping Chile on the gain line. In fact, pushing them back. In this phase of play, Herreras. It's turned over by Russia and they've got numbers just for a brief moment, but Chile flooding back. Geisen, crossfield. It's inch perfect from Geisen. Here come Russia. It's 1-1. Penalty to Russia. And a yellow card as well. Straight off the field. Uzanov wants to take it quickly. Garafulik has been yellow carded by the referee. Professional foul in that red zone, that danger zone, the scoring zone, as it's called. Russia go quickly. And they've scored again, Russia. Moments ago, Chile had a penalty in Russia's 22. And now they've come down the other end of the field and scored and made it 12-3. Simple as that in the end. Uzanov. The scrum half. And that's just weak, really, from Chile. Rocked by the yellow card. And Uzanov goes over for Russia's second try. Decent lead now before half-time. And against 14 as well. This man who created the opportunity, didn't he, with that crossfield kick pass. And when he is in the mood, Ramel Geisen, he is virtually unstoppable. Another fine strike from Russia's fly half. Two from two today now. In fact, every conversion ever scored against Chile, that man has put in between the uprights. All 8 conversions now. Has had the tendency through his 61 cap now career. Sometimes play hot and cold, but he's been in decent form the last few weeks. And he mentioned his performance against the Netherlands. He's having a commanding performance with Golosnitsky alongside him today for Russia. They've had opportunities, rare opportunities, but they have taken them. And that is the difference so far in this game. 4 minutes before half-time, you can see the lift, the bounce that it's given Russia. That second try to put some daylight between them and Chile. There's the try score. Uzanov. Shiratov, the captain, only his third time wearing the armband. It's popped out of that maul. Chile with possession here. Sense something might be on. Chipped infield. Garafulik. Mateas, that is, his brother sitting on the bench watching. Got possession back here, Chile. What a time this would be to score just before half-time. Got to keep their composure here. It's let them down at times in this first half. Herreras inviting those forwards onto the ball. Another offload. Brilliant hands. Fernandez. Oh, they do score, Chile. It was building, wasn't it? The offload out of the tackle. And that broken field play. Rodrigo Fernandez absolutely loves it. It's a lovely offload. Just came off the hands, didn't it? Martinez was involved. Carrasco. The loose head, the hand in there. And Fernandez just has too much pace, too much class. And went in for the try. And we have a quite brilliant second half ahead of us now, don't we? No less than Chile deserve, you have to say. They've had the lion's share of territory and possession. We have time. Couple more minutes left on this clock. That was with 14 men, of course, for Chile. Just want to get on with this game, don't they? Very quick conversion taken by Chile. 14-10. Minute and a half left in this game. This first 40 minutes. Good in the middle of the line out, Russia, not competed by Chile. Losnitsky coming round the corner really hard and fast here, Russia. Physical as ever. Uzunov. Geisen. Ball's out now, says the referee. Just didn't get the communication right, and again, Russia just lose that composure. No need for that pass out of the back. Could see what the front row was trying to do. But you've just conceded a try. You're deep in Chile's half. Minute left on the clock. All the pressure on Chile. Yisman. Xavier Yisman. Looks like his afternoon is off. Clement Saavedra is on, joining his brother. There's the white tape around the head. Geisen giving the instructions to Russia. Another commanding performance from him. Only a 4-point lead to show for it so far. Again, it's a lengthy stoppage in the UC club man. This one looks particularly uncomfortable, the big second row. First job to assist at this line out. He went to him to get him an early touch, couldn't take it and has knocked that ball on, and possession is back with Russia up to that 22-metre line now. Uzunov waiting. Geisen, long wide pass again. It's trouble Chile, those wide passes. Kazanov will come all the way back, says the referee. Again, Chile not rolling away. Those wide passes from Geisen have caused some trouble for Chile, haven't they? That midfield defence comes up very quickly for Chile. They leave the back three slightly further back. And that's why these teams do so much of the homework, the analysis during the week, to find these chinks in the armour. Geisen has found one there. Getting plenty of go forward on the fringes, on the wide outside. Has created this opportunity to pull 7 points clear. Geisen is in the mood today. This should be no trouble at all. And they'll go in to the changing rooms at half time with that 7 point lead. Geisen, no trouble whatsoever. Russian fly half. Be in imperious form in this first 40 minutes. Russia have taken their chances. Plenty of endeavour from Chile, but it is Russia who have a 7 point lead here in Sochi. It's Russia 17, Chile 10 at half time. Welcome back to Sochi. Historic day for both these sides, but in particular for Russia hosting Chile for the very first time. Only ever met once before these two sides in Hong Kong some 4 years ago. First of a two-part trilogy. Both games in Sochi. 17-10 to Russia, that man, Remel Geisen. Superb in the first half. They took their chances, Russia. What will this second 40 minutes have in store for us? Lion's share of territory, lion's share of possession for Chile. Fernandez, one of the try scorers in that first half of this game. Pablo Casas is on at scrum half. For Chile. Russia putting some width on that ball. Not a tactic they normally get a huge amount from. More structured in their way. Simikov. Bit of a surprise inclusion, Simikov. No, Luke Brokas. But Simikov come from the Russian under-20s. Lynn Jones wanted to have a look at the young man in the outside centre channel. Pablo Casas, there he is, 23, barking away as any scrum half does. First time in the squad since they lost a career back in November 2016. For a replacement scrum half. One of the first jobs is to feed that scrum, and look at the drive from Chile. And they've got a penalty as well. Shot to nothing here for Martinez, who breaks off the base of that scrum down the short side, and referee Chris Busby from Ireland. There is Nikola Garfulik on the sidelines. A couple of minutes left on his yellow card. He's back on now. There he is. Had an eventful first half. Was down for quite a while after an aerial challenge. All very fair and above board. Then had the yellow card for a professional foul in the scoring zone, right deep in Chile's 22. Got the penalty. They've gone to the touchline again. Just 7 points the difference. Clement Sevadera, one of the twins, wearing 19. He was a replacement for Eastman in that first half. They were trying to keep it away from touch, weren't they, Chile? An almost basketball style have bounced it back their way. They've still got possession here. Somehow they've still got possession. Not anymore. Great work from Silenko. There's the big beard. Made the first tackle, sealing off Chile. And again, it's that composure in that area. Russia were rather embarrassed at the scrum, weren't they? Not at the line out, though. They drove Chile right towards that touchline. You can see from the assistant referee, haven't given them a mention yet, so Adam Jones and Manuel But, you know, Wales and Italy represented respectfully. Sean Bickle is the television match official. See from their flags, blustery wind behind the backs of Chile. Here is Sochi, bit of late afternoon sun, and there's some space as well. She threw that first man. There's Kazanov, yet to score. That wide pass again from Russia. There's a 2-on-1 option here. Again, that drift defence from Chile, very, very effective indeed. That would have been spoken about, I'm sure, at half-time, the way that Gaisin and Golosnitsky were firing those passes really, really wide, allowing the likes of Kazanov and Potikanov on the wide outside, some real space to work with. Chile back in their 22 then. Dutos does lots of that hard inch gaining work, doesn't he, the tight head prop. Casas. Russia racing to the mark, fooling nobody. Referee happy just to let pause play an issue with the head guard. Frustration as Chile get possession back. Guess this is the sensible thing, realising that Russia are all up. Fulek is chasing this one. Got off. Safely to touch from the fullback, but again, Fernandez, does he want to keep this pace high? There you go, Fernandez. Where's his rugby in Santiago? Augusto Bomi. Alfonso Escobar warming up to come on for Chile. Some fresh legs as we near that 50-minute mark. Half an hour left in this highly contested game. Was a knock on from Chile, but Russia penalised. Martinez just manhandled really in the air. And the lifters. If the lifters aren't there, then it's not safe for the man who's being hung out to dry, as it were, winning the line-out ball. That's what the referee has said there. Six metres away from the Russian line then for Chile. Start to the second half, very similar to the start of the first half, of course. There's plenty of possession, plenty of territory for Chile. The line out is right. Zabadiela takes the line out ball, the replacement. This time they're not in front of the ball carrier and they're driving towards that Russian line. Penalty coming here. Russia are pulling that ball down illegally. I think it's Dittus who's gone round the side. Still there for Chile. Fulek thinks he may have gone over. Mateus. It was a great line. Was it that close to the line? Oh, he's knocked it on. Excellent positioning by the referee. Really was. We'll come back for that penalty. Illegally pulling down them all from Russia. And Chile said, oh, we'll have a scrum. Let's tie them in. Brave stuff from Chile here. Replacement props. What a time to come into the game. Moriozov, man cleared by Rugby Europe this week. That red card of Spain, and Drozdov as well, wearing 18. Back in the squad. Sometime in 3 years, Drozdov on his tight head side, the 18. What an important scrum this is. Need to get this right, the two replacements. It focuses the mind, or you're not quite ready. We'll soon find out. Gussus feeds, good drive from Chile. It's gone round. Another penalty. Second penalty in a row here for Chile. Even from the first scrum, they seem to have had the upper hand at scrum time. Again, they go for the scrum here, and Russia have got to be careful. We're in this scoring zone now, 3 times around that kind of time. Referee saying to the players now, it's got to be squeaky clean, got to be scrummaging correctly, straight, not pulling around, not pulling down, not wheeling that scrum deliberately. Chile sensing something here. Garafulik is bouncing around in those orange boots on the right-hand side of the screen. Thought he'd scored a moment or two ago. It would have been awarded. Should he have kept hold of it? Now the scrum drives. Martinez. Zavarera. Meters short now, Chile. Third penalty in a row for Chile. $18 not rolling away. There's a double penalty, as it were, for Russia. And they say, well, let's tire out these Russian forwards even more. Let's have another scrum. It was interesting, wasn't it? The two replacement props for Russia. First scrum got a penalty. Referee said that's enough. It needs to be squeaky clean now. And that next scrum was stayed up and was straight. Shiratov just having a word with the referee. It's a new Russian captain. Knows how important these moments are. 3.5 minutes now we've spent setting these penalties, these scrums. A huge amount of urgency from either sets of forwards or the referee to get the game going. That will suit Russia. Martinez controlling at the back. It's gone up this time. That's all the referee says. Just front rows have gone up. Nobody at fault. And we will reset again. Aliantos come up, and it came off the bench against Russia back in 2017. Remaining with this starting front row. Get the sense if Chile score here, it could kick on in this game. Certainly Russia will feel incredibly lucky to be ahead in the scoreboard. Martinez Again off the base. Oh, he gets it this time. Reward for all that work from the front five. Patience from Chile. Front rows have done a brilliant job here. Martinez controlled so well. Knew the penalty was coming. Usanov could do nothing. Fabulous work. Raimundo Martinez, who's been in brilliant form of late. Moved to the number 8 shirt today. Was on the open side against Canada in that win. Thomas Orchard in the 7 shirt today, but Martinez has done brilliantly well to put things within 2 points. And Videla can level things up here in Sochi. Oh, easy enough for a kicker of his quality. We are all square between Russia and Chile. Lazy language style, isn't he, the fullback? No problem at all. Seven points off his boot today. 57th minute, 17 points all. Casas thought he'd seen something down that blind side. The door was quickly slammed in his face. Tried to exit various ways, Chile. Casas tries to use the box kick. And it's worked out incredibly well for Russia because it was a poor box kick by the replacement scrum half and got to move out of a 10-metre radius where the ball lands, and Chile just went flying after that one. And we spoke about it in the first half, about when you've scored, then having the composure and the skills, the aptitude to back that up, then an exit after scoring. Chile just get themselves level in this game, and from the restart, poor personal skills, static skill as well. Casas giving Ramel Guyson this opportunity to put Russia back into the lead. There's that one going right in between the uprights. That's where it's going. He has been absolutely superb whenever he's played Chile, in both occasions. 100% from the tee. Ramel Guyson, 30 years of age, the diminutive fly half, but been a big part of the Bears rugby for many a year now. Puppeteer for the Medvedi. Russia, unlike Chile, take that restart nicely. Set themselves, got the caterpillar going. Usanov. A lot more distance on that kick than his opposite number did previously. Yaza can't take that ball. Man who plays his rugby in France, the left winger. Back in their own half here, Chile. You feel it's a game of territory today. Ball back with Russia. Chile needs to clear here. Geisen. Wonderful passing game to go with his kicking game. Well, sometimes those kicks are passes, as we saw in that first half. Russia feel growing as this game goes on. Geisen again pulls back to Kolonowski. Uzanov. There's nothing wrong with the ball that time. Saw a space between the two Chilean faces. Offside Chile here. They just can't afford to give the penalties away. Geisen has absolutely no hesitation whatsoever, surprising enough, to say to the referee, yep, we'll go for posts. I'm in good form. Break, wasn't it, from Favulin. Akita Favulin. The man has moved across the back row today. Was in the 6 shirt against Spain. It was a disappointing championship for Russia. Just the 2 wins against Romania here in Sochi, and the Netherlands in Amsterdam, lost to Georgia and Portugal both at home. And we've spoken about the loss to Spain. Guys, so much accuracy. Could have been back another 10 metres, couldn't he? He's in that kind of form at the moment. Ramil Geisen pushes Russia further ahead. Only 6 points though. So a converted try. Give the lead back to Chile. As I say, as this second half wears on, you just feel the nuts and bolts of the game are there for Russia. Those intricate details which we know that Lynn Jones and his coaching team have been working on so hard, with these youngsters trying to bring younger, fresher faces in. Not relying on the old guard quite so much, but having said that, today, a large part of today has been about the man wearing 10, the 30-year-old Ramil Geisen. Augusto Bumi is on the field wearing 16 for Chile as they try to just build up the phases here, playing in this middle third of the field. And they'll be pleased with that end result, getting a penalty. Been guilty of this today, haven't they? It's very difficult to get out of there. It's one of those, isn't it? Player lying on top of you, almost rugby league style, trying to get out of the way. And Videla this time opts to go for the posts. A couple of penalties early in this game. Into the corner this time with a 6-point game. This to bring the deficit down to 3 points. Just continue their good form, Chile. Haven't looked as though they've had a few weeks off since those games against Canada. Videla. Same result as Geisen. Both men, both kickers from the tee, absolutely perfect. Shootout from the sharpshooters. 23-20 to Russia.
15, Santiago Miguel. The score is Russia 23, Chile 20.
Ten points from the boot of Chile's fullback. Ivanov is on for Russia in the middle of that front row. Parkhomenko off the field. A couple of wayward line-out throws, but been reasonably happy with his second cap. Here's the new man, made his debut back in 2015, Alexander Ivanov. Plays for Vivia Moscow. Good athleticism. Ilin. Selenko was there as well. They come bursting straight through the middle. Ivanov it was. The hooker now down the short side. Testing and probing Chile here, who are committing no men to the ruck whatsoever. Uzanov. Zelenko. Locomotive man. Volosnitsky. Lovely tip on. From Semikov. Really was. Brilliant work for the young man. Knew the tackle was coming, just absorbed the ball, pushed it inside for the inside runner. No advantage coming, thinks the referee, so a penalty for Russia in very, very kickable range. Favilin. Important man, isn't he, with ball in hand. Guyson says, yeah, we'll go for posts. Cancel out that penalty from Chile. This one is going to go down to the wire. It's got that feel to it. Not missed today. Never missed against Chile. And he's not going to from that kind of range. Remo Guyson back out to a 6-point lead. Then Russia 26 points to 20. Very high into the Sochi sky. Not only history for Russia hosting Chile for the first time on their home patch in their back garden. First match outside of the Americas for Chile since they played Germany back in November 2017. To add into that equation, of course, the COVID situation, the global pandemic. Russia just, not all of it their own work, but just turning the screw. Get a penalty there. Guyson says, no, we'll just fire you back into your half. Put that pressure back onto you. Haven't found it easy to exit their own half, have they, Chile? Fidel acrobatically trying to keep that ball in. Ivanov. Good line out throw to the tail and allows the runners to come on. Kolosnitsky. He's now come on this right hand side and again they have the penalty. Chile are just tiring. He's been very, very hot on that, the referee, today, hasn't he? He wants to have a word here. Martin Sigrid. He did go to floor, didn't he, momentarily? Augusto. For me. A couple of tries against Brazil earlier on this year. Those Rugby World Cup, that first round of the Rugby World Cup qualifiers. Give such an easy opportunity now to put Russia 2 scores clear. Don't need to confirm. Ramo Geisen right in front of the sticks. That is never going to be an issue for a man who has scored well over 200 points for his country. "19 points from the boot of Ramo Geisen now. Uzanov and Golosnitsky, the try scorers, both in the first half. That's 4 penalties for Geisen in this second half now, and you feel the game just beginning to slip away from Chile. So very much in the hunt in that first 40 minutes. Certainly in terms of the stats, in terms of the possession and territory, lion's share of both of those, but Russia have just turned the screw. They've done the basics very, very well and allowed Chile to make mistakes and give them penalties, but they can break away from anywhere. Chile, Canada know that, of course. So Varela, he's gone straight down on that ball. So the Russian bench is trying to say to the referee. Box kicks goes over the top. Golov is there. There was space there, but Golov, not an easy skill to catch that ball over the head. Knowing there's defenders running after you. And will give Chile the line out though. From the mark taken within that 22-metre area. In that 15 shirt. Normally see Davidov wearing 15 for Russia. Withdrew very late on against Spain. Golov getting that shirt today. Salvador Aluz on the field for Chile. And the second man. Shiratov knows this game is there for Russia now. A confidence boosting one. Clash again on Friday. Back in Sochi. Brilliant run. Straight through the middle. Fernandez, the game just beginning to loosen up. Just over 7 minutes left in this game. Bodies are tiring. And this is when Chile can be so dangerous. Powerful run. Bombi. Casas waiting. Decides to go himself that time. The forwards will need to come and play scrum half. Garafulik is there. And that's advantage to Chile. Little tip on from Clement Cervedera. Saavedra again. Just set something up here. Pull it back. Fernandez. Here come Chile. On the there. Ayaza. Inakai. Ayaza. Well worked in the end. Sigurdsson, the captain, orchestrating things. Knew Fernandez would be the pullback man. And then it was just a matter of going wide. That long wide pass. It's been so effective, isn't it, for both teams today. They've clawed 5 points back, Chile. What a grandstand finish we have here in Sochi. 29-25. Videla. Important conversion. Putting them within 2. Then a penalty or drop goal would do it. 5 minutes left on the clock. Videla. Fine strike it has been from both kickers. Absolute perfection from Chile, Santiago Videla, the number 15, and from Russia's Ramil Gaisin, their fly half, number 10. Masterclass. Kicking from the tee. Chile need to deal with this restart now. Russia have got it. 2 points to difference. Uzanov. Oh, hand in there from Chile. Will play advantage. That will be at least a penalty to the home side. Gaisin again. Wide sweeping pass. Kozanov had to go in and clear there, the winger. If he keeps putting an arm out and then putting that arm down, in the end he's given a penalty to Chile. Ivanov penalised for just holding on to the ball there. Some big, powerful men. Martinez with the tackle. And there's Bombi came in. Again, not the greatest distance on that penalty. Uzanov, his afternoon is done. There's Rory Teague just giving the scrum half a congratulatory hand tap. Haven't mentioned Pablo Lemoyne, have we? The Uruguayan coach of Chile. First professional Uruguayan player ever. Bristol Rugby club in the UK, and then played some rugby in Paris as well with Stade Francais. Coached Germany and Uruguay before taking over Chile in 2018, and safe to say, doing some brilliant stuff with the South American side. Still in the hunt for a World Cup. Russia have got a lot of work to do in that area. 4th, could be 5th by the end of the Rugby Europe Championship, of which those European qualifiers are judged on this year's competition and next year's. Calls for crossing in that midfield, but Chile still with the ball. I say that the angle was too hard, the run was too hard, and Bombi has knocked that ball on. Scrum down to Russia, and is that the moment? Got to admire the way that Chile play the game. It's what got them through against Canada. But it's just a 10, 12 metre pass there into a very, very congested midfield. You're 2 points down in the scoreboard. when you're in the opposition half. But it's those moments, isn't it, that Chile are beginning to learn now as they climb their way up the world rankings. It's moments like that when you've just got to be sensible, put your foot on the ball, to use a footballing term. Just say, let's keep possession here. Lots and lots of penalties all day long. Just wait for the referee to potentially blow his whistle again. But Russia out from the scrum have the opportunity. It's been ripped away. Back in the hands of Casas, though. Chile are not done here. It's knocked on in the rip, though, says referee Chris Busby. Busby. Very careful, Al Sigrid. Spotted a little foot there. He says that ball is knocked forward from a rip from Sigrid. Indeed it is. Barabrentsev, who's on at scrum half. There he is. Debut against the Netherlands. Strela clubman. Have to find a replacement for Uzunov. Very much the man in that number 9 shirt. Double hit in that midfield, looking to turn this ball over, Chile, and they may well have done it. It's a brilliant tactic. That has caught Russia by surprise. Brilliant double hit and then straight over the top. That was planned from Chile. There's no doubt about that. They've got possession back now between the 10-metre line and the 22. 2 points the difference. The clock is over the 80-minute mark now. Is there more heroics from this Chile side who knocked Canada out of World Cup qualification? Fernandez, there's no way through there for the fly-off. It's a penalty to Chile. Referee's arm is up now. Up to that 22, and it's rolling forward here. Russia not wanting to commit anyone to that ruck, and Chile said, oh, well, we'll just roll forward then. Escobar on this left-hand side. It's gone out to touch. We're going back for the penalty. Right in front of the post, and Pablo Casas puts that ball down and says to his fullback Santiago Videla, get the kick, win us the game. What a finish to this game. The tenacity of these South American sides. We saw it with Uruguay, didn't we, in the Rugby World Cup, in their qualification, as well through those games against the USA, from Chile here against Canada, and they're just continuing this role, this positive role. The results as well. This to take the game with the final kick of the match from Santiago Videla. Has not missed a kick all day. It looks straight, it looks true, it's straight through the middle, and there it is. Chile have the victory. The man who scored 23 points against Canada has come up with 15 points today from the boot, and they have beaten Russia in the first of these two-legged games in Sochi. Chile beat Russia in their own backyard. The final score, Russia 29, Chile 30. Such tenacity from the Chilean side, and that man with his boot was there in the end. You thought they might get an advantage on the scoreboard through tries, but look at the joy on the faces of the Chilean players. Beaten Russia, a side ranked 5 places in Rugby World's rankings above them. What will next Friday be as they clash? But it is Chile who get first blood in this first leg.